Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today, we're going to get right into the April love outlook for Aquarius. But before we do that, let me just remind you all that this month I'm giving away, sorry about that, the Beautiful Creatures Tarot Deck Guidebook set. And all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel. Leave me a comment on any video letting me know that you're interested in being in the drawing. And then most importantly, at the end of the month, do come back and check out the winner video. See if your name's called. All right, they have to contact me so I can send it out to you. All right, my lovely Aquarius. I do love an Aquarius. I rarely know any. The ones I do know, hello, Jate. The ones I do know, I hope I pronounced that right, Jate or Jatia. And yeah, they're really incredible people, but rare in my life. I'm a Sagittarius. There's meant to be my perfect match, but I've only met a couple. But they were very memorable, of course. Nevertheless, Aquarius is a beautiful sign to read for. You guys have really gone through a journey these last few months, certainly in my readings. But let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a full Celtic spread for you. And we're going to pull from some other decks to get some clarifiers. And let's do this. Let's get right into it. Aquarius, April love, general love outlook. So it's not going to resonate with all of you, of course. Straight out, we have the Hanged Man, awareness and awakening and judgment. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, damn, and the Wheel of Fortune. Woo, Aquarius. Money, abundance. Let's see now. And there's that Seven of Pentacles. Damn. You know, close enough, right? Jatea. Okay, I got it. All right, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Devil. Ooh, this is an interesting reading, guys. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right, well, what can I say? Let's get right into it, my lovely Aquarius. Definitely going to pull some clarifiers on this reading. First of all, let me get right into the fact that Seven of Pentacles has shown up for almost every single reading. Hello, Rockin' Rob 121. Hey, girl, how you doing? Every now and again, you guys are going to hear me saying shout outs to my chatters. So in any case, this Seven of Pentacles has come out for everyone recently. And I'm going to get into it when we cover that part of the reading. But it's really incredible. And once again, it has shown up for you, Aquarius. Definitely, you guys are going through a re-evaluation of your life, right? This is a huge thing. This is happening to everyone right now. Everyone is suddenly having this real kind of different focus on their lives. They're really re-evaluating where they're at. Nevertheless, this is a love reading for you, and a lot of Pentacles energy is showing up. Nevertheless, you do have beautiful love here. Let's get right into it, Aquarius. Straight out in the center, you have the Hanged Man, which is awakening, strong awakening covered by judgment. So what I'm going to say is that something's really shifted here, Aquarius. There's been an awareness. Now, the Hanged Man oftentimes is interpreted as stuck energy. But in fact, hang on a second. Let me just fix my camera so it won't be glitching like that the whole time. Hold on. All right, there we go. Should be all right now. The Hanged Man is really about awakening. You see the halo of illumination around his head. And the Hanged Man, generally what happens is the Hanged Man's just kind of, he's there. He's just hanging around. He's really not putting a lot of effort in, right? He's kind of happy where he's at. And a lot of times it's not so much that he's stuck, but he's just very uninspired, right? This is really a subtle difference in the way the Hanged Man is portrayed. But what happens generally is something comes in and inspires him. There's some kind of event or experience that comes in and boom, it just wakes him up. And it's inspiration. It's a form of inspiration that comes into his life. And this is what's happening with you. This is a strong energy for you to be at the center, right? This is the center of your reading for April. We're already halfway through April. For various reasons, this video has come out late. I won't even bore you with the details. But for some of you who are resonating with this, you're already going to have felt this energy at the beginning of the month. This awakening. And a lot of it has to do with a particular experience you've had. You have judgment crossing it. Judgment is interesting energy that comes out a lot recently in my readings. It's when we have an experience that suddenly opens up our sort of horizons, broadens our horizons, and we begin to sort of judge or discern situations from a much more broader perspective rather than our own kind of narrow perspective. So what judgment is all about is that energy of really kind of understanding that there is more to an experience. It's a feeling of connectedness, and it's a feeling of understanding things from another person's point of view, which naturally connects us, right? So judgment is an expansion of your horizons, and it's a change in the way you discern certain situations. You're much more objective about certain things, right? Than you were before, where you were much more subjective, I want to say, and just sort of focused in on your own narrow experience. A lot of times, you know, we all have judgments about things. We have ideas about what's right and what's wrong. And a lot of times, of course, you know, we try not to. People say, well, I don't judge, but we all discern, don't we? We discern and we have opinions, right? And those opinions, you know, are, you know, a lot of times we have opinions on things that we have no firsthand experience on, but we still have an opinion. With the judgment card, you're beginning to get that firsthand experience of something that before now you had an opinion on or you had an idea about. And now you're kind of seeing it from a very different perspective. And all of this is impacting your love life this month, your outlook in love or your connection with someone in love. I feel like you're already connected with someone, Aquarius. I feel like this is a reading for an Aquarius who is with someone. You have 10 of Cups at the bottom here. So it really seems, you know, it indicates that you are in a very complete relationship. Nevertheless, all of this is really impacting you this month, and it's certainly impacting your relationship as well. This awakening and this new kind of experience that you're having of life. Now, right now as well, let's do your conscious and subconscious. We have Queen of Pentacles in your conscious and Ace of Swords in your subconscious. So right now, you're also getting a lot of new ideas coming in the back of your head. You're getting a lot of inspiration. And specifically in your area of work, I'm not really surprised that for April, a lot of the love readings have so much Pentacles energy. Because right now, I think that the circumstances are such that everyone's life is so, you know, focused on surviving, right? Right now, we are focused in a lot of ways on the material side of life, surviving, paying bills, making sure we can keep a roof over our head, right? There's a real physicality. You know, we're hyper aware of our physicality, right? We're dealing with health issues right now. There's a pandemic, you know. All of this is the realm of Pentacles. The body, the physical body is ruled by the Pentacles. So it's natural that this is impacting our love readings so strongly. And right now, you are hyper focused on your work. You're putting a lot of emotions into your work. You may be the type of person that the type of work you do is something that is already emotionally charged. You may be working in communities. You may be working with vulnerable people or vulnerable groups in our communities, right? Or you may be just, you know, you're the type of person, see, queens are water, right? So you can see how she's looking at the pentacle like it's her baby. It's that emotional investment that she has in her work. And so this is certainly, some of you are so emotionally invested right now in your work. And some of you in the back of your mind are coming up with some brilliant ideas this month on how to sort of move forward, because this awareness and awakening, some of you have had a real inspiration. I want to say that your emotional involvement in your work, I almost feel like it's like you go to work, you're emotionally involved, you're coming home to your partner, and you're like, you know what, I have this great idea. I'm full of all this inspiration all of a sudden. I have this great idea to make work better or to make it work like, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like there's a strong amount of inspiration coming in for you this month, Aquarius. And it's something that you're impacting your love life with. Like you're coming home to your partner, you guys are talking about it. You know what I mean? You're hashing it out. And I feel like almost there's a sense of, there's an energetic kind of, not impatient, but there's a desire to get on with it. And I think in a lot of ways, that's because your eyes to a certain degree have been opened. I feel like for some of you, Aquarius, it feels literally like the veil that was over your eyes before has been lifted. And you may have been very staunchly on one sort of position, right? On one position or one sort of, I want to say, stance that you took about something in society or something about life, right? And it's like your recent experiences have made you change so strongly, right? You understand, your recent experiences is suddenly making you realize that it's almost like a tower moment. I'm surprised the tower hasn't shown up, but it's such a shift in judgment and ideas for you. And with that is coming a lot of passion. You are coming into this month with a King of Pentacles energy. You're rounding off with a Wheel of Fortune. So you're already someone who is very, I want to say, successful. You already have a certain amount of success under your belt. You already have a certain amount of authority under your belt. King of Pentacles, you may have even been called upon coming into this month for your skills and your expertise. I feel like some of you, and I wonder why, again, coming into the love reading, because I think that this is somehow impacting your relationship. Something to do with the person that you're with, right? It may be that you may not have seen things. Quite a few readings have gone down this track lately where a lot of you are with people and you're beginning to see or understand sides of each other that up until now you never really understood. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, exactly, Rocket Rob, you got it. There's an energy exchange happening right now with a lot of people, especially in relationships, because of the circumstances we're all going through, we're being forced to kind of see life a little bit differently. We're being forced in a lot of ways to see life from our partner's point of view in one area or another, where we may not have agreed or we never thought we could understand them. And what's happening now is like this shift is happening in so many different ways, and it's happening for you also. You may work with your partner. I feel like this is an Aquarius who probably works with their partner in some way. You may run a business together. You may have a creative endeavor that you do together, right? There is a connection in your relationship to your work, and your work is emotionally charged. Your work is, you put a lot of emotional investment in your work. The Wheel of Fortune is turning for you this month. So by the end of the month, there's these new opportunities that are coming in. But I want to say the wheel is turning in a lot of ways because your focus has changed. And I think as a couple, your focus has changed. I think that the way you are, it's literally like you've put a different lens on, right? And now when the focus changes, all of a sudden, all these opportunities are available where before you probably didn't see them as opportunities. And so in this way, the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you as a couple. Again, I feel strongly that this is I want to say, not only are your eyes being opened up to each other, but as a unit, you are having your eyes open. I almost feel like you and your partner together are going through a kind of epiphany right now. You may have both had a certain stance about certain things in life, right? And you're both kind of switching. It's a real kind of understanding that's happening. And out of this all, let's get to the Seven of Pentacles, which I wanted to talk about earlier. Seven of Pentacles has been showing up for all the readings. And let me please allow me to have a moment to get into it, because it's important to understand why, especially when a card like this will show up literally for every single reading. It doesn't matter if it's a love reading, a work reading, a weekly reading, a monthly reading. Literally, I'm going to say 95% of my readings, this card has shown up. And you can go back to my videos. You don't even have to watch the videos. You can just see the spread, and you'll see it somewhere in the spread. And it is the card for progress. In the Beautiful Creatures deck, it's called Progress. In some decks, it's called Failure. But what it is that it's this feeling. You can see the figure there. He's standing on his hoe. He's clearly been working for a long time on this garden. The garden has now borne him some fruit. But now all of a sudden he's kind of looking and he's saying, well, okay, this is what I worked for. Is this it? You know, is this what I wanted for my life? You know, is this happiness for me? You know, and a lot of you are going through this. And I think it's the circumstances, this worldwide, you know, situation, I want to say, that everyone is going through right now that almost is connecting us all in a very strange way. But a lot of us are now looking at our lives, right? I think almost from the outside. It's like we've been in the fishbowl for so long, and now the situation is allowing us to almost look at our own lives from outside the fishbowl. And a lot of us are reevaluating and saying, wait a minute, you know what? I thought I was happy. I thought I was happy with everything, you know. I reached my goals, you know. Some of you may have even reached goals that you set out to reach years ago. And now you've reached your goal, you've reached your work goal or what have you. Maybe you have the position or the career that you always wanted to have. And you've kind of naturally fallen into this, you know, I want to say idea that, oh, well, I reached my goals. I must be happy. I am happy. I'm getting up. You know, I'm getting up every day and doing what I wanted to do. But sometimes we have to check in with ourselves. And the problem is that if we don't check in with ourselves along the way, we wake up one day and it's like the Talking Heads song. You know, is this my beautiful life? You know, I thought it was going to be beautiful when I set out for it. Now that I have it, I haven't taken the time to check in with myself and see if this is still what makes me happy. And you're going through this, and this is your attitude this month towards your love life and your life in general. It is impacting your love life. And again, of course, here it is impacting your love life because, again, I feel strongly this is a reading for an Aquarius whose work and business is very intimately tied into their relationship with their person. So reevaluating your work is going to have a huge impact on your relationship. Your person would have to also want to reevaluate their work, perhaps, right? But in any case, it is just simply a checking in with yourself. This is a process of reflection, Seven of Pentacles, that we all go through. What comes and meets you is the Four of Swords. So I think together, you guys, and this is why I say this is together, because, you know, Ten of Cups is completion. This is certainly for an Aquarius where your love and your unity in your relationship is not at all in question. This is not a reading for someone, for an Aquarius. This particular outlook is not for an Aquarius who is in challenge with their lover. I mean, you may be, but for me, you know what I'm saying? My energy, my feel here is that this is for you guys who are already in a, you know, the love is there. You are used to being with each other. You have developed a life together, but you are both going this month through a real sort of reshifting, reevaluating, a reorganizing, and it's impacting your life in general as a unit and your work career. So you're being very strategic. Four of Swords is the energy that comes back. Right? There's a lot of strategy, a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of, you know, being careful not, you know, Four of Swords, four is the number for stability in tarot. So with Four of Swords, you want to maintain your stability. You've worked very hard for your stability and you've, you know, you and your person want to maintain it as much as possible. However, you also are wanting this month to take advantage of that Wheel of Fortune, right? That new opportunity coming in. Let me pull some clarifiers and see. Let's get a little bit deeper and see what's going on here. And of course, you desire work, right? You desire to be busy and to work. Eight of Pentacles is coming in as your hopes and dreams and your fears. It's the same position, but I think that you desire to be working, to be active, and for this next step for you guys to take, rather. For it to be something you enjoy, to have a love of the labor, right? I think this is because Eight of Pentacles is love, right? A lot of times I see it interpreted as boring, repetitive work. This is a handcrafter. You know, this person is making these pentacles by hand. You know, so a handcrafter loves his craft. And what we see here is the ability to discipline ourselves, to put boundaries in place. 8 being the number for strength and boundaries. To put the right discipline and boundaries in place and restrictions on ourselves so that we can focus at mastering a task that we love. This image of this figure here, he has to be an excellent handcrafter to be able to craft all these pentacles by hand and have them looking the same. You know, this is not about being bored at work. This is about perfecting a craft, perfecting your craft, and enjoying the labor of perfecting that craft. Right, and this is something that you are seeking, that joy of the labor. All right, guys. All right, let me do another shuffle. I'm gonna get these clarity cards out and do another shuffle. I'm gonna leave that devil until the end because it's an interesting feeling I have from that devil. Very strong, kind of creative energy in a lot of ways. Show me what's going on for my lovely Aquarius. All right, I feel good about it. All right, there's your Princess of Cups and the Hierophant. Wow, commitment, right? Spiritual commitment. You may be having a spiritual reawakening, you and your partner. The Empress is coming in beautiful, and the Ace of Pentacles. So money is coming in, certainly a desire, but a new one, right? This is what I'm talking about. That reevaluation is coming in and opening up a new opportunity. I mean, Wheel of Fortune and Ace of Pentacles. You know, come on. You know, we're talking about a huge, beautiful opportunity that you are grasping because you are opening up your eyes, and this reevaluation of your life has come in. 2 of Pentacles. Right now, you're juggling a lot. Not surprised to see the 2 of Pentacles back. I think that 2 of Pentacles is going to be coming back a little bit more lately. It was all over the place recently. But yeah, this is so interesting to me. For a lot of you guys, first of all, this Hierophant, let me talk about the Hierophant. For a lot of you, this is definitely you're finding new ideas. You're being quite inventive and new about this. I almost feel like your business, it's like this is almost like for an Aquarius who has a partner where you guys have this business perhaps, or this working relationship, right? And everything is changing so much for you. Your outlook with this Hangman, this awareness is changing so much. And you may be going down a completely different road, certainly a much more, I want to say even spiritual road, dare I say, a much more spiritual road perhaps even, or certainly a road that is, I'm going to say, in line with your morals, right? So it's like this awakening, a part of this awakening has been for you, for both of you, and certainly you, Aquarius, to be double down even more with regard to your commitment to your spiritual center, your moral center, right? To the degree that, you know, it's like we have to make this business. For instance, maybe you were in a business, an example would be if you were running a business that didn't really sort of, it was a normal business, right? But it didn't necessarily work in the community so much. You're just ticking over business, normal business. But somehow this new experience now, it could be that you may be working with a different community more now or what have you. And a lot of this is part of this awakening that you're having individually and as a unit, right? And it's almost as if like you can't, it's like you can't separate your moral center from what you guys do anymore. And the 2 are coming together with that Ace of Swords. Really, these new ideas are coming in. It feels like to me like you guys are being very, very inventive this month. It's very new. And then you have this great opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles coming in. So it's like, you know, we have 2 aces here with that Hierophant. So it's like you guys are forging new territory with regard to your relationship, how you are living, how you are even working. And it's almost like you're resonating up a little bit. You're being even more true to your moral center, your spiritual center. Maybe you're even figuring that out even more. Princess of Cups is coming out over that Queen of Pentacles. So it's a desire to reach out, right? It's a desire to reach out to others, I want to say, to express love to others. It's the beginning of that desire. And it's the beginning of that being infused in your work, your career, your business, right? Suddenly this desire, it may not have been sudden for some of you, but for some of you, this is a real different change. For some of you, it is a different mentality. you know, and neither mentality is right or wrong. I only say that it's a different shift. You know, suddenly there's a lot more empathy that is being involved. You're a lot more emotionally invested. You have a desire to reach out a lot more emotionally. And this is impacting, you know, your relationship and your work in a very strong way. The Empress has come in to clarify the King of Pentacles. And all of this, of course, is about nurturing, right? And loving and self-love. And really, I think understanding yourself from a deeply creative side. The Empress is all about that deep, deep, deep essence of creativity, you know. She is the divine mother, the divine feminine, you know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So here we're talking about the very essence of remaining creatively fertile. And a lot of this is coming in. This is the energy that you guys brought into the month. That's certainly this desire to be much more creative, much more nurturing. For some of you, I'm going to say, you may even, you know, male, female, it doesn't really matter, but you've been called on specifically for your nurturing, yet at the same time, you are also very highly respected for your work, right? And so for some of you, you've come into this month almost maybe being a mother figure to certain people in the community, maybe even customers, or maybe people you work with, colleagues, family, whatever, the people that you connect with. It's almost like a leadership kind of mentor nurturing role, right? And part of this role is what's really increased this desire to bring much more empathy and emotion, spirituality, morality into your work, into your life, into your focus. This is the waking up that you're having, right? And that judgment energy. Very, very strong reading. Let's pull out your spirits of darkness and light, see what kind of spirits you're working with, and then I'm going to call this the reading, Aquarius. Very, very interesting. And then I'm going to talk about that devil energy. The devil is the card Capricorn in the tarot, but that's neither here nor there. You may not be dealing with the Capricorn. It really doesn't matter. And I hate saying that in my readings because it's like a red herring, you know, because somebody, you know, could have Capricorn energy anywhere in their chart. So you never know. But the devil is two things. On the one hand, the devil is the energy of being a slave to your passion, right? On the other hand, the devil is also associated with the second chakra, the Kundalini energy, the energy of reproduction, the passion, the desire. You know, being a slave to our passions is that road of addiction and codependency. But when we are focusing our desire, our passionate desire to express ourselves, which is essentially what the libido is, where the libido comes from, the desire to express ourselves in a creative way. Ultimately, making babies, right, is the best, right? It's the best, and it's the most amazing, beautiful, magical way of expressing your creativity. But this is all part of the same energy. And the devil represents that also. When you take those energies and those impulses and you connect them to a higher purpose, when you connect these impulses to a higher spiritual or aesthetic, moral purpose, right? Certainly aesthetic purpose. This is the energy that creates symphonies, works of art, masterpieces, inventions. All of these incredible things that humans create comes from that energy that is represented by the devil. It is only when that energy is stifled or stopped, right, from expressing itself, right, caged, stifled, stamped down, oppressed. It's when this desire to express ourselves is put in these boxes or treated in this way and it doesn't have a healthy outlet. This is when the devil takes us down codependency and addiction, because this energy needs to express itself in some way. And if it can't express itself in a spiritually focused, aesthetically focused, higher sort of purpose, it will express itself by quick satisfaction, instant gratification, which is what we associate with addiction and the darker side of the devil. But in this reading, you guys are resonating with the ultimate side of devil energy, with the exalted side of devil energy, which is connecting your creative impulses, your ability in the material world to be magicians, you know, to be able to manifest, king and queen of pentacles, talking about pure manifestation of material world, but to have that focus to a higher aesthetic or a higher moral or spiritual outlook, right, is what you guys are what I'm feeling here, right? This is what I'm feeling. Cut this deck and get your spirits out. So it's like you guys are on the side of the devil energy that creates incredible works of art and symphonies and all kinds of things and inventiveness. You have the inventiveness right here, Ace of Swords. So you guys are really sort of exalting your work, taking it to a next level. We have Spirit of the Scales, Karma, Justice, Spirit of the Witch, Magic, you know what I'm talking about? And Spirit of the Grim Reaper, Death, Ending, Winter. So it's the ending of one way of living your life and the huge beginning of a new way. And that's what I see it as. This is an ending in a lot of ways of an outlook that perhaps, because the Hangman is an awakening, Spirit of the Scales, there's a rebalancing coming in. There's a karmic cycle happening here, certainly. And you have Spirit of the Witch, magic, psychic, sorcery. So there's definitely, this is what I'm talking about. There's a level of inspiration and magic and a new outlook that is coming in for you this month that is affecting your relationship and your work. And once again, like I say, this is certainly a feeling to me that this is for an Aquarius where you and your partner are going through the same awakening. You're almost doing this as a unit, as a couple. And of course, the Grim Reaper is there because a particular way of living your life is absolutely coming to an end. So along with this big change, you know, see Gabriel, Judgment, blowing the horn, Hangman. This is a whole new different thing happening here for you guys. It's a whole new different outlook. I'm going to leave it at that, my lovely Aquarius. I hope this resonated for you guys. Please don't forget to let me know if you're interested in the Beautiful Creatures Tarot Deck and Guidebook giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment letting me know that you're interested, and that's it. End of the month, please check back and make sure that you watch the winner video, see if I announce your name. And then you have to just contact me. All right, guys, I am going to leave this reading at that. This was my lovely reading for my lovely Aquarius. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Rock and Robin 121 for joining and checking it out. Hello, Dove Magic. I didn't even see your name there. I was doing the reading. And Tisha, hello. Allison, hello. Oh, you on a night shift? Ooh, at the NHS. Oh, God bless you. Allison, God bless you. NHS, that's oh my God. Oh, I lived in England for a few years. I know. To all of you, I'm going to say to all of you who are working on the front line, God bless you all. Please be safe. You're doing an incredible job. And, you know, take care of yourself, you know. Take care of yourself also. All right. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you guys get back to it. I shall be back shortly after I take a little break, and we are going to be finishing off the April love outlooks with Pisces. And then after that, later on tonight, I am going to start on the love reading for next week, finally catching up with my schedule. But for right now, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Consider joining as a member. You get a lot of perks for that also. But for right now, have a wonderful, wonderful month of April in love. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and most of all, stay kind to each other. Peace and blessings to all of you. See you soon.